Okay, so today we are gonna talk about poverty mindset, alright? Yeah. So, like, have you ever wondered, like, why two people can, like, earn the exact same salary, yet one slowly builds wealth and the other one stays trapped year after year, It is tempting to blame the money, sometimes, yeah, like the economy, your parents, or maybe bad luck. But what if the poverty itself isn't the first problem, Like, what if it's the last symptom of something much more deeper, Like, because before someone becomes financially wealthy, they usually like become mentally wealthy, and before someone stays broke, like they often become convinced that that's simply who they are, no one has to lock you in a cage. That's the thing. If they can convince you the cage is your home, girl, boys, that's not something you should do. Because today I want to talk about something like far more dangerous, than having an empty bank account. Yes, a mind that no longer believes abundance is possible. Right? I rebuke this stupid mindset, this poverty mindset. Rebuke this. Okay. All right, let's claim this together. By the way, my name is Aries and I'm your online BFF for today. Hey, welcome back. Yeah. Okay, that's quite a short intro, I guess. But you just don't mind me, okay? So, yeah. So you see, because poverty is more than an empty wallet, So what do I mean by that? Because being poor isn't shameful. Many people are born in a difficult circumstances, okay? Not only you, but me too, okay? So everyone else. You don't choose your starting point in this world, in this life. But a poverty mindset is when your circumstances like become your identity. Those are two completely different statements, right? Because one describes your situations and the other defines your future. Because the moment that your circumstances become your identity, you stop looking for exits. Okay, so scarcity actually teaches you to survive, not to live. Right? Like, okay, because when you live with a lack mindset for a long time, your brain adapts. Okay, it starts believing there will never be enough. Okay, so enough money, enough opportunities, enough love, enough time, and you become afraid to invest. Okay, and you see, you are afraid to take a risk. You are afraid to ask for more. You're afraid someone else succeeding means there's less for you. Scarcity whispers that, oh, if they win, you lose. Okay, but abundance understands something different. Okay, because you see, like, the world is like not a single slice of a cake. You need to understand this, because someone else's success, isn't stealing your future. All right, everyone is operating in a different timeline. Okay, so it proves your future is possible because your abundance will flow through you. Okay, like, you see, because let me just sit properly first, because now I'm okay. Okay, so basically, like, there's like the invincible rules that you never choose, because most of us like inherit beliefs before we even inherited the money itself. Because maybe you heard things like, okay, you know what, rich people are greedy, people like us, like the sorry for my hair, like people like us never get ahead, like the average. I mean, those people like come from an average family background, never get ahead. To those born with a silver or gold spoon family, money changes people, that's, don't dream too big, be grateful for what you have right now. So those sentences, those beliefs sounds so harmless, right, initially, but let's say, but repeated thousands of times, they become invincible rules that ingrained in our brain. So rules that you never agreed to, yet somehow you have been living by them your entire life. Even, you see, like every family like passes down something. Okay, it's like some pass down wealth, other pass down fear. All right, fear of creating wealth and all, from the lack of the mindset. Okay, so those things are being passed down, and it is not their fault that they are passing us the negative trait or what. It's just that we need to be like truly acknowledge that. Okay, you get what I mean, right? Because this is something that, it's like, how can I say this? Yes, it's like a limitation, this limitation mindset that your family has passed down. So I want you to go over that, okay? Go beyond your boundary, because you have the free will to expand your dreams, okay? To chase your dreams and you to do whatever that you want, because there's no limit for you to do whatever you want. That's the thing. Because I truly believe that each one of us has the same capability, like the same chance, given to us like every single day, so it is up to us whether how we're gonna spend it and how we're gonna work on it. Okay, so you see, like look around your life for a moment. Like, what do people celebrate? Working harder, is it, or working smarter? Do they even complain every day or solve the problems instead? So do they even believe that, there's opportunity exists, or believe that the system is actually against them no matter what? Because your environment basically constantly tells you what's normal, like, or is it I'm the only one thing like that? But yeah, but it's, you see, if nobody around you save money, okay, I meant save money or invest, you think that that is actually normal, but it's not, right? So if nobody invests, you think that investing is a gambling, like if nobody starts up businesses around you, so you believe that jobs are the only path. Sometimes the biggest upgrade isn't your income, it is actually, it's changing what your brain believe and what your brain sees every single day. Yeah. So yeah, because you see, wealth, I don't mean money only, okay? I mean health as well, wealth in terms of your health and everything, wealth begins long before money arrives. Most people think, I've learned about money after I become rich, but wealthy thinking begins even while you're broke. It looks like a reading instead of scrolling. Okay, wait, let me just pause this. Okay, so I'm back. All right, so basically it's like learning instead of complaining. You build something instead of you keep blaming on your surrounding, saving even when it is difficult for you, keeping promises to yourself every single day, respect the little money that you already have, because if someone, can't manage 100 ringgit, giving them $100,000 or 100,000 ringgit won't even solve the problem, because they do have a bad habit in spending most of the money, right? So there will be always a cash flow happening, which means that even though if your salary increase and your expenses increase, why does it make difference? That's just a genuine question, right? So you see, money magnifies habits, it doesn't fix them, right? Okay, so there are actually 6 words that quietly destroy millions of dreams, just my opinions, like I can't afford it, the words, Now sometimes that is true, but successful people often ask a different question. How can I afford it? How? The question is how. So one question closes a door. Oh, you know what? I think I can't afford it, I am not able to make that much of money, so I don't think that I can do that, So the other person think that, oh, how can I afford it? Okay, how can I buy a mansion? How can I buy my dream car? How can I build my business? How can I build a startup company? How? The question is how. Okay, so the other person searches for solutions, okay, for a key to something to solve, So the difference seems small, right? It seems small, but over 10 years, it changes everything. Questions determine the directions of your mind. So you need to always be curious. Whatever that you're doing is curious, Even when it comes to sales, you need to be curious enough. Because I learned this from someone. Yeah, someone that I know. So curiosity is crucial in whatever aspect in our life, not only in sales, in other parts of our life, maybe in relationships, okay, in terms of career wise, okay, why not? In friendships, yes. In family matters, yes, why not? Curiosity is something that we need to take on, because you see, question, okay, it's like your brain obeys whatever question that you repeatedly ask for. Okay, so I want you to stop inheriting someone else's limit. All right, maybe your parents struggle a lot, then okay, maybe your your childhood was filled with lack. Maybe you have experienced more rejection than opportunity, honor what they survive, but don't inherit every belief they carry. No, don't. They did the best they could with what they knew, right? Now it is your turn, okay, to break the cycle, okay, to learn something different, to think something different, to build something different, to do whatever that you want, to make sure everything happens. Healing isn't betraying your past, it is refusing to repeat it. Okay, so your bank account can change. I'm pretty sure that your job can change, your city can change, but none of those changes matter, right? Because if the voice inside your head still believes that, oh, you deserve less, the greatest the greatest investment that you will ever made is upgrading the beliefs that have quietly controlled your entire life. Because you see, poverty isn't always the absence of like money, sometimes it's the absence of permission to imagine more. Okay, and the moment that you give yourself that permission, everything begins to change. Like not overnight, obviously, but gradually. But one decision, you see, one belief that you made, one courageous step at a time, even though it is slow, the life that you have been wishing for may not be waiting for more money. It may be waiting for a new way of thinking. Yes. So yep, that's all for today, and thank you so much for clicking today's video, and I hope that you guys enjoy today's talk. Is that considered as talk? Whatever. Okay, yeah, bye.